4, verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to our power are made known unto us. Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the occupants that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect and to those that cleave to the body. I want to get in a lesson today on having righteous reflexes. Alright? The Lord gave us a righteous reflex. Okay? By sealing us with the law inside of us and binding it up and shutting it up. Alright? We in nature do the things which is right before the Lord. You know, little small things we talk about. Take the fat off the meat. You know, we do things right. We'll do a righteous thing unconsciously, you see. But you gotta be of the line and the lineage of Jacob, man. You gotta be of the heritage, because the Lord didn't give this spirit to no other people. You know, even our people that's off and haven't came back to the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, like the prophets, you know, apostles and elders and different brothers. You know, even our people, you know, you'll see them do something right. You know, they're not altogether wicked. And, you know, say, call la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, the water. For, you know, giving this into a nation of people, all right, that did all manners of transgression, you know, and wickedness against him. You know, which I myself also did it. You know, so we gotta thank the Lord for putting, you know, just putting the spirit within our, you know, our, just basically blessing our substance, man. And because our substance is blessed, all right, above all, it's not, we don't, like, we wouldn't do right except it be by the Lord. All right? This is a blessing on our substance. But you know, now, name it that. All right? Now let me get into some details showing how we righteously reflect the image of God, all right? And in the word reflex, when you look it up, is a reflection of light, which in the image of man, of God, made he man. So what you're looking at, and you know, I saw the title of the lesson today that a brother did. It says, you know, we becoming gods again. So Jake, come on, what are we doing, man? You know, Jake, carrying yourself with low self-esteem and different things like that, man. We got a reflection of light. All right? I gotta go get it. This is one of my favorites, man. Proverbs, since we have. All right? Proverbs 27. Okay? And 19. As in water, face answereth to face, so the heart of man to man. And we got the reflection of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on us, man. Man, Yahweh Shai look like us, man. That brothers in the know. God had woolly hair. Like when I look in the quick, you know, I ain't got much hair, but you know, when I had hair, I had woolly hair, man. Dark melanated skin. All right? So that reflect that image of light, all right? That reflects the reflection of light we see in us, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. That's what we're supposed to be looking at. Really, we're supposed to see the law, statutes, and commandments, and those are the things that's pleasing unto the Lord, that I open up with. And he gave it unto us, man. So by default, we are righteous reflex to the Lord, especially the men of the Lord. And your reflex is your involuntary action to your nervous system, right? You don't even volunteer it. It just involuntarily happened. All right? So you know the way you hardwire, all right? You hardwire to do that which is good to the Lord. Now, yes, a malignant root have set in from Adam, okay, on us, and we have been had faulty wiring in us. But the Lord rewiring us, all right, that we would just automatically be righteous to him. And that's what that new covenant about, having a righteous reflex again, all right, involuntarily. You see, this is Psalms 51. Come on. And 10, it says, create in me a clean heart, O power, clean spirit, right? Because that's how we start to reflect the light of the Lord, when we start to clean ourselves up, all right? What I mean by clean ourselves up is being renewed or immersed in the word by the cleansing of the word, all right? And renewing me a right spirit, and renew a right spirit within me, right? Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. This is it. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. All right. See that? It says, then will I teach transgressors thy ways. You know? And that's what we're doing. Teaching transgressors our way once we cleaned up, right? Once we're restored and brought back. And sinners shall be converted unto thee. So as we, you know, once were sinners, we can say we started to be converted back. All right? Here's what this word convert. All right. To turn back, return back, man. To go back to spiritual relations, all right? Right? Relations are the things you intimate with, right? Okay? Go back. So we're going back to be gods. We fell from being gods, man. All right, this word reflex. Reflect, all right, to backwards, to bend back, all right, which is obviously flex, right? It says, though or turn backwards, also the thoughts of the mind. So when we turn back, which means respect means to means look, expect, means back, expect means to look at the 330. So when we turn back and start to respect and look to the Lord, we by default put our mind back. Once we look back on the ways of the pattern of the, it says, you know, look back, Jeremiah 6:16, to thy forefathers. So once we start to look back to the Noahs and Abraham, what we start to do is start to have a righteous reflex again, man, all right? And by having that, we start to remember, you know, the things that we ought to do in the law, right? Because in order to have a righteous reflex to react to things that's off and not pleasing to the Lord, you got to know this. This is Romans 7:7, all right? You got to have this, man. It's Romans 7:7, which is the knowledge. It says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid, nay. I had not known sin but by the law. So we got reflexes of sin, sinning by knowing the law. All right? You see that? So now we can act, our minds can go back to when we encounter something that's off from the Lord or not pleasing, our mind can go back to the things which is pleasing unto the Lord, which is what? The law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right? There's no way around it. You know, even the Gentiles of our people, as I spake earlier, in Romans 2:14, it says, says, for when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law, are law unto themselves, man. We was once Gentiles, right? Still doing some of the things which was pleasing unto the Lord, but we hadn't converted our mind to know to always do the things pleasing unto the Lord. Like now. And that's why we're being made as gods, man. You see that? Because we're coming into that righteous reflex to where we're going to automatically, all right, do by nature, which there's no such thing as second nature. Nature is one. When the Lord made nature, he didn't make a carbon copy of it, all right? So it's just a natural thing, the normal thing, all right? I'm going to read in the NLT. Even Gentiles who do not have God's law, God's written law, which, you know, is the, by nature is the uncircumcision, all right? So that they know his law when they instinctively obey it. You see that? Even without having heard it. Now let me get this word instinctively. Look this up. Let's see what we got here. Instinct, a prompting, all right, impel. Let's see what we got. Quick, this word, gold here. Provoke, to stimulate some action or reaction, right? Drive or urge, okay? To stimulus or stimulate. So we have been stimulated to do these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. By what? The clean spirit in us, man. I know they got us believers in Ecclesiastes. Yup. Woo! This Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. The words of the wise are as golds. See? So we are as start to act instinctively off the words when we hear them. All right, to know what we do, how we may encounter, all right, the things in which the Lord like, you can't do that. You know, we by nature know we can't deal with another man's wife anymore. So now we have what? Left the Gentile state and started to what? Be in a circumcision state with understanding. All right? Because some of the circumcised, they just was keeping the law, you know, they didn't have a full understanding. Nicodemus, they was being simple, all right? But then once the spirit was renewed and created in them, they had a righteous reflex then. It says, as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Have nailed in us, right? Put in us our substance from the beginning, wrought us curiously, which are given from the shepherd. Yahweh Shai, the word, our shepherd, man. Through Yahweh. Woo! You see that? So remember, we have a right reflex to know what's right by when we see things which is wrong, man. Our reflexes start to tap. Our sixth sense start kicking in, man. You know, the things we hear, heard, the way the Lord bless our cognition, you know. And they tell you that in Sirach 17, a counsel of heart and ears and knowledge to know things, hear things, all right? When we come in contact with certain things, all right, we start to understand like, nope. A man of the Lord feared in all things. That's because his reflexes is kicking in. You see? Meaning what? He analyzed. His brain gets stimulated like, all right, what is this thing? You know? Like a scan. Anything come in the presence of Yahweh, all right, his cherubims, all right, you know, that which protect the holiness of the Lord, they scan everything. They scan everything that's unclean. So you got to be made clean to come in the presence of the Lord. And that's what Yahweh did. All right? And now he can go in the, you know, the inner tabernacle, which we're going to be able to too. When we have those righteous reflex programmed in us. All right? This is 1 Corinthians 15. 36. All right. That's why Paul is dealing with the reflexes of Paul, which he explained it perfectly in many other scriptures too. It says, the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. All right. So now we can understand both. All right. When we're intact with wrong and right. All right. Having our what? Our senses exercised. You see that? By way of what the image or the reflection which the Lord give us, man. Woo! Gotta see that. Okay? So the Lord has blessed our substance with a righteous reflex. Right? He bound us up and he sealed it amongst his men. Right? His men is in the transitioning stage, all right, of ultimately getting that total righteous reflex. But they have started the process right now, man. All right? The process has been started. Okay? Isaiah 8:16, it says, bind up the testimony, seal the law amongst my disciples. All right? So bind the thing which is right and pleasing unto the Lord among his disciples. All right? And his prophets and his men. Right? Preserving the teaching of the Lord through his men and trusting his instruction to those who follow the Lord, man. So out of one, Rock was edifying, man. Till next time, say shalom.